Raise your hand if you don't know what the f is going on. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Lealations. I told you guys that I would be back. Here I am. We're doing an episode of Lealations, and I felt like today's topic is the perfect topic because this is something that I am battling with myself, and I know that I am not alone. I'm pretty sure that if you are watching this video, then you are currently in a place in life where you just don't know what's going on. You don't know what next step to take. You don't know what lies around the corner. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. You don't know what next month will bring. And you're just in a state of uncertainty, and it could be bringing you a lot of anxiety. First thing I want you to know is that you are not alone. I feel like everybody experiences this at least once in their life, but multiple times. Like, this is not a foreign experience to anybody, including myself. You're doing the best thing that you can by watching this video today because you're trying to help yourself rather than just isolating yourself and sulking and getting into victim mindset. We don't do that, okay? I don't know what you do, but here on this channel and in this world, we don't adopt the victim mindset. We take accountability. We pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, and we get to walk in. We do what we can when we can, and we surrender to life in the process. I really personally struggle with uncertainty. I feel like that is the biggest cookie for me to crumble, and it takes a lot for me to get through periods of feeling uncomfortable. That is like the biggest obstacle for me. And this is an obstacle that I personally have overcame in the past, and this is an obstacle that I will overcome again, and this is an obstacle that you will overcome in the current moment, that you will overcome tomorrow, in a week. You never know when you'll overcome it, but you have to make the decision today that you are going to overcome it, because you absolutely can. I don't know if you're new to my channel. If you are, you should stay a while. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But I did just post a life update video where I informed you guys that I am about to be making a cross-country move. I have never really done something like this before, like really done it and really committed to it how I am doing it now, and this journey feels terrifying. Like I said, have gotten through periods of uncertainty and just discomfort in the past, but this is a whole new ball game because not only am I going to a foreign environment, in a sense, I'm leaving everything that I've ever known and everybody that I've ever known and my family and the ones that I hold close to me. I'm leaving all of them behind so I can go where my heart is calling me. And it is a beautiful experience, but it is still a very scary experience. When you go from a place of being comfortable or somewhat complacent to throwing yourself in the fire of discomfort, it can get a little crazy. So I'm going to be giving you the tools that I personally use to navigate through this time that will help you navigate through this time of uncertainty and discomfort in your life. Before I get into the specifics, the first thing I gotta say is something that really helps me and has helped me, and I don't know what I would do without it, is having someone to talk to about my experiences, having someone else to lean on. But everybody doesn't have a confidant. Everybody doesn't have someone that they could just call up and talk to. Everybody doesn't have somebody checking in on them. And if you are one of those people, then don't worry, because there are solutions available. I can only imagine how hard it could be navigating through a season of uncertainty while feeling like you have to do it all alone. And trust me, you don't. And that is why I love today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's online therapy that connects you with a licensed therapist that actually fits your needs. Using BetterHelp is super simple. You just fill out a short questionnaire, they match you with someone, and if it's not the right fit, then you could switch the therapist at no extra cost to you. And you could switch at any time during the process. It doesn't even matter if you just started working with them. My favorite part about it is that you could do this all from the comfort of your own home. You could be in your own safe space. And understand that therapy uncertainty isn't about fixing yourself. Completely disregard that taboo. It's about having a safe space to sort through your thoughts, get clarity, and make moves forward, even when the path isn't clear yet. So if you're in a season where you're asking yourself, what am I even doing with my life right now? This is your sign to get the support that you deserve. If you're ready and willing to not do this alone anymore, then click the link in my description box or visit betterhelp.com/LeahAlexander to get 10% off of your first month. You get a little discount just for helping yourself. Why not try it out? Now, getting into the nitty-gritty of how I navigate through this time of not knowing what the fuck is going on, because it gets super overwhelming. It's like your head just starts turning into a cyclone and you just cannot think or see straight. And before you move forward, you have to get clear. And to get clear, what I do and what you will be doing moving forward is reframing uncertainty in your mind. Stop thinking about uncertainty as a sign that you're lost. You're not lost. It's proof that you're evolving. Let me give you a little example. Imagine that you've only ever eaten at home or at a friend's house or at a family member's house. You've never been out to eat before, let alone to a nice restaurant. Then one day you get invited to this super fancy 5-star Michelin steakhouse. And because you've never been before, you're not gonna know what to expect. You're not gonna know which fork to use. You're not gonna know to put the napkin across your lap. You're not going to know the menu. You're not even gonna know the right social etiquette. And it will feel a little awkward because you be in completely new territory. But you're also gonna be excited. It's something that you've never experienced before, so you're going to be learning something completely new. You're gonna be seeing things that you've never seen before. You're going to be trying meals and dishes that you've never tried before. And you're gonna be learning as you go how to navigate that space. That's exactly what uncertainty is. It's walking into a room that you've never been in before. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but the second you step in and you kind of see the lay of the land, you get into a little bit of a groove and you already start expanding what you know. Plus, once you leave, you'll never be the same person that walked in the door because now you have that experience. The core root of that story, of that example, is exactly what your situation of uncertainty is, what my experience of uncertainty is. It's walking into a room, walking into an environment that I've never ever been in before. It's uncharted territory. And what you have to do in this situation is lean more into that excitement and out of that anxiety. You need to ask yourself, who am I becoming, or what is this trying to teach me, versus where am I going, or am I doing this right? Who cares if you're doing it right? There's no one right way to do anything. You do it your way. You're going to get to your goal regardless. And you're just going to become a better version of you in the process. There's no one right way to do anything. Don't focus on the destination, focus on the journey. The beauty is in the journey. And 9 times out of 10, when you're enjoying the journey, you're gonna forget about the goal altogether. And that's what's going to grant it to you anyways. Focus more on like, who am I becoming? Am I becoming the ideal version of myself? Am I doing what the ideal version of myself would do? Am I strengthening my resilience? Am I becoming more persevering? Am I becoming more disciplined? Am I becoming more creative, innovative? Focus on who you are becoming and what this period is trying to teach you, because yes, you're in a state of uncertainty and discomfort, but this situation is teaching you how to thrive through uncertainty, thrive through discomfort, and still come out on top. You just have to hold on and keep moving until you see the light at the end of the tunnel, because you're going to see it eventually. You just have to have the faith that you're going to see it, and you have to keep moving throughout the entire process. That brings me to the next thing: how to navigate through the fog. Because when you're in a state of uncertainty, for me, the best way I could describe it is like I literally am like dropped in the middle of a random road and I can't see anything around me because it's just fog everywhere. Like everywhere just feels foggy, and you can't see any street signs, you can't see any stop signs, you can't see anything that dictates where you're going or what path you should take or where the path is leading you. So you have to have tools that you can rely on to navigate through this fog, because you can't rely on your 5 senses. So you have to rely on something different. For me, the first tool that I use to navigate through the fog is getting active, moving my body. Nothing is worse than stagnant energy. Nothing is more dangerous than still water. You have to keep it moving, whether that's getting up and going on a walk, or getting up to clean and tidy the house, or getting up to go work out or go to a workout class, or whatever. Just get up and get moving. It could even be getting up to cook a meal, or getting up to do your hair or your makeup, or to take a shower. Any of the things. Get up and get moving. Move your body. Next, what I need you to do is consume things that inspire you, consume things that empower you, consume things that motivate you. This is the worst time for you to be doom scrolling on social media all day. This is the worst time for you to be scrolling on Instagram, comparing yourself to other people, comparing yourself to your peers. This is the worst time to be on TikTok, comparing your progress and your success to somebody else's progress and somebody else's success. This is the worst time to be comparing yourself to me, even in my YouTube videos, and how I do it and how I do what I do and how I'm me. Don't do none of that. Don't compare yourself to nobody, period, point blank. But even if you do sometimes, because I mean, we're all human, we all do it sometimes, this is the worst time to do that. So I'm gonna need you to log off, okay? Put the phone down and do something in real life. Get off the social media. This is not the time for that. You need to be consuming content that motivates you, like I said, that inspires you. Sometimes what I do when I'm feeling uncertain or discomfort or just a lack of creativity, I watch shows and watch things that I love to watch in my childhood. I watch Disney Channel. I watch my favorite Nickelodeon shows. I read old books that I used to read when I was a child. I indulge in those things. Like, I get back into this state of play, and I don't take things too seriously. As we grow older, we put on this armor of adulthood, and you have to keep your inner child alive. You have to constantly water that zest for life and have that childlike wonder when approaching difficulties, or just when approaching the world. Every day you should have that. So make sure that you're being mindful of what you consume. If it's not helping you, it's hindering you. If it's not inspiring you, it's keeping you fawning over somebody else's creations. So just be mindful of what you consume. Just like you want to eat healthy food that nourishes your body, you want to consume healthy content that nourishes your mind. Next thing you're going to do is avoid isolation. Say it with me. I am not going to bed rot. No, 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 no. This is not the time where you bed rot. There's no reason you should be in that bed 18 hours a day, curtains closed, door closed, all the lights off, in the dark, curled up in a ball. Are you a vampire? Get out, get into the sun, get moving, make something shake. Just because life is whooping your ass doesn't mean that you have to lay down and take it. You can still do something that makes you feel like you've accomplished something that day. You could still do something that gets you out of the house. You could still do something that makes you feel better about where you are currently. You don't have to just isolate yourself and not talk to anyone, not have any human interaction, not go out and experience all of the stimulation that the world has to offer. Go out and experience those things. Don't isolate yourself. Don't ignore your friends' calls. Don't ignore your friends' texts. It's one thing when you're locked in and you're in a flow state and like you're putting the work in, but it's a whole nother thing when you are going through something and you're completely isolating yourself. Now, I'm not telling you to make your problems your friends' problems, because your problems are nobody's but your own. Let's get that very clear. But with friends and with family and with your romantic relationships, these people are here in your life to support you. And likewise, these need to be mutually beneficial and supportive relationships. So if they truly love you and truly care for you, why would they not help you through this tough time? Why would they not pick up the phone when you call and you express to them that you're having a hard time, or you need some words of encouragement, or you just vent to them a little bit about what's going on and they speak life into you again? That is what the relationships in your life should be like. And you're cutting yourself off from that if you are choosing to isolate. So don't isolate yourself. Another thing you're going to do is ask for signs and guidance. I know you're wondering, Leah, ask who? Who I'm gonna ask? Baby, I don't know who you're gonna ask, okay? I don't know if you believe in God. I don't know if you believe in a flying spaghetti monster. I don't know if you believe in the universe. I don't know if you believe in all three and you think that all three have the same name. I don't know what you believe in. Whatever you believe in, whatever higher power you have an affinity towards, that is who you need to ask for some guidance and for some signs, because you will receive them. If you believe you have a guardian angel, if you just believe it's your higher self, whatever, tomato tomato, okay? I don't care. Just ask for signs and guidance. Do not completely rely on yourself. There are powers at work, okay, that are much, 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 much greater than you and me. We are like specks of sand on a really big beach. So you need to tap into a higher power. You need to tap into the power of your subconscious mind. You need to tap into the power of the alternative space. You need to tap into the power of the astral realm, baby. Whatever you want to call it, I don't care. Again, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Tap into it. Sit down, crisscross applesauce, look yourself in the mirror or close your eyes and say, look, I need help. Give me a sign. Give me some guidance. Point me into the right direction, because I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I'm grateful in advance. Thank you. That's literally what you need to sit down and say. Something of the sort. Moral of the story, ask for help. Ask for signs. Ask for guidance. Because when you ask, it is given. Next thing that you're going to do is you're going to have a self-soothing routine for when anxiety is taking over your day, when it's taking over your mind, when it's completely become a whirlwind and you can't think straight. You need to have a self-soothe routine so that you could get yourself back to a state of surrender, calm, peace, and equilibrium. I can tell you what I do for me personally. You don't have to do exactly this. It may look different for you because everybody is different. We do not have to be carbon copies of each other. Okay? Okay. So what I do for me personally is I log off of any social medias. I log off of any of the things. I limit my communication to my close inner circle. I run me a nice hot bath, okay? And I put some nice things in my bath. I put some bubble bath. I put some bath salts. I put some flowers. I burn some candles. I burn some incense. And I soak in that bathtub. And I listen to some frequency music. I specifically love to listen to 432 hertz. Theta waves, binaural beats. I listen to some music that will get me into a calm, peaceful state of mind. I might burn some sage, some palo santo. I don't know. It depends on my mood. But I do what I need to do to balance out my energies, to instill a sense of calm within me. I put magnesium oil in the bath water. I lather up with some magnesium oil. I put lavender oil in the bath water. I drink a nice soothing tea, like a chamomile. You could do a chamomile blend. You could do whatever you want. This is what I do. Remember that. And then I get in bed and I rub my feet together and I watch a nice show or a nice movie, something that's one of my favorite movies, something that I really love that always brings me inspiration, or something that makes me feel good, and I just escape into that for a little while. And what that does is it distracts me from my anxieties and it gets me into just a state of feeling better. And you can't get to a better place until you feel better, so you need to focus on feeling better first. That is why you have a self-soothe routine. So this is what I do for me. Like I said, You could do what you want to do. It might involve you cooking a nice meal for yourself. It might involve you taking yourself out to eat. What I do requires me no money for real. You could do things like take yourself shopping, but then again, that's just filling a void and avoiding things. Like, all you need to do is get into a state of surrender. You don't need to avoid anything, or there's no void you have to fill. You just have to sit in it, surrender, and come back to a state of equilibrium. So have that self-soothe routine. After this video, I want you to go in your notes. I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to write down the things that you can do for yourself that will help you feel better. What is something that you like to do after a really hard day at work, or a really hard day at school, or just a really hard day out in life? What do you like to do for yourself? Write a list of those things down and form yourself a little self-soothing routine that can help you when you're feeling an overwhelming sense of anxiety. Next big thing that you need to focus on is choosing growth over comfort. Yes, your comfort zone feels safe, but your comfort zone keeps you small. Life has a way of pulling the rug from under you when you get a little too comfy, okay? And don't confuse comfort with security. It's two different things. When you get too comfortable and you're avoiding your greatest potential, that is when life will come pull the rug out from under you. So don't fear if you feel like you're finally in a secure place in your career, or a secure place in your relationship, or a secure place in life, and you think that something's gonna come through and mess that all up. That's not what I'm saying will happen at all. If you know that you have the capability to do something great in life, or to experience something beautiful in life, and you are settling for less, and you're choosing to settle for less consciously, life is going to come knock on your door and say, hey babe, time to go. Get up, pack all your shit. It's time to go to the next chapter. Just because it feels uncomfortable in the moment doesn't mean that it's going to feel uncomfortable forever. It's a period in time at the very beginning, and once you get into the groove, once you get into that flow state, it's gonna be smooth sailing from there, but you have to get through the storm first. For me personally, I've had multiple experiences in my life where I've had to choose growth over comfort. One being me becoming a business owner. I chose to be an entrepreneur. Nobody in my immediate family is an entrepreneur. I was basically venturing into uncharted territory, again, in a state of severe uncertainty, not knowing if I was doing it right, not knowing if it was going to be successful, but I knew in my heart that I was doing the right thing for me in the moment. I knew in my heart that I didn't want to work for somebody else forever. I knew in my heart that I always wanted to be my own boss, and I knew in my heart that I wanted to live a certain type of lifestyle, and I knew in my heart that I wanted that sense of freedom and that sense of autonomy that comes with being a business owner. So that's exactly what I did. I bit the bullet. I jumped off the porch and I started a business. And if I would have stayed in my comfort zone and never followed through with the goal of becoming an entrepreneur and being a business owner, I would have never experienced all of the amazing things that has come from me being a business owner. One, I get to inspire others. Two, I get to provide something of quality to other people. I instill a sense of confidence and beauty into other people through the things that I provide to them. I have a hair company, by the way. That's my company. I'm wearing the hair right now. Clips by Leah Alexander. Hello. If I would have stayed in that comfort zone and never chose growth over that comfort zone, I would have never made over $100,000. I mean, maybe I would have, but I was on track to finishing my degree in college, getting my psychology degree, and I could have been like a therapist, yeah. But one, I don't want to listen to people's problems all day, and two, they don't make enough for me. I'm not gonna, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Even back in college, I knew, okay, if I want to do this, I'm gonna have to be a life coach or something, baby, because this $16, $20 an hour is not gonna cut it for me. I need more. I want more. I deserve more. I'm worthy of more, and I'm going to get more. And that's exactly why I jumped off the porch and I decided to be a business owner, because I realized that choosing growth over comfort was the only way that I was going to get there. I never would have made over $100,000. I never would have impressed myself and raised the bar for myself and other people in my circle and in my family. I never would have pioneered in that way if I chose comfort over growth. So whatever your exact situation is in your life, choose growth over comfort, because that is the only way that you are going to get what you truly want. Nothing new or nothing better lies for you in your comfort zone. All you're going to get is more of what you already have, or more of what you've already gotten. And then you're going to become dissatisfied, and then you're going to become bitter, and you're going to be mad at every other young hot girl coming through and having life her way because you chose your comfort zone over growth. And I would hate that for you. So get up, do what you got to do, and grow in the right direction. Get out of your comfort zone so you can finally be that bitch that you think you should be. Because you are her, but you gotta claim it. You gotta move like it. You gotta act like it. You gotta breathe like it. You can't just say that you her and not do any of the things. Get out and get in the field with it. Choose growth over comfort always. I may not know what's going on. I may not know what the next 6 months is going to look like for me, but I know that it's going to be beautiful, and I know that it's going to be positive. And moral of the story is, you don't need to have the whole map to start walking your path. All you have to do is take one step forward and have faith in the process, and use those tools that we discussed earlier in the video to help you navigate through this time. The map is going to be created as you go. There's not one route to your destination. So enjoy the journey and stop worrying about the specifics. Trust me, the steps will appear as you keep moving forward. All you need to do is trust yourself. I feel like I've said a mouthful. I hope that this video has helped you. Like it, comment, share it, save it, do whatever you gotta do so that you could come back to this video and watch it whenever you feel uncertain, whenever you don't know where life is taking you, whenever you don't know what the next step looks like for you. Come back to this video, remind yourself of the tools that you have at your disposal, remind yourself of the mindset shifts that need to happen, and remind yourself that you are supposed to be choosing growth over comfort right now. And what comes with that is a sense of uncertainty and a sense of discomfort. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because I will be vlogging a lot with this journey of me moving to the East Coast. So subscribe, stay a while. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in today, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.